All right, man. Shoot, I got on my bed. The Lions won over I want to say the Green Bay Packers over Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. Uh, offense was at a premium in the first half for both teams, and then defense took over. I think the difference was both defensive coordinator made adjustments, but the Lions have just been like not that team in the third quarter. Um, I don't know if it's because they getting the ball first in some of these scenarios, but yeah, man. I mean, it was some good, bad, and ugly within the game. I know a lot of people felt like Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, and Nakua shouldn't have went back in the game. I mean, the Rams, they rather had those guys in the game than face to fine. I want to say, hopefully Tyler Higsby is okay. That wasn't a dirty play. They don't want guys to go high to the head. So Kirby Joseph did what they told him to do, was to go low. And really, a lot of players really rather deal with the headshots than deal with the blown out knees and stuff. But then again, when the NFL refuses to give people, NFL players, lifetime benefits. I remember Shannon Sharp was saying on Fox he was paying $30,000 out of his pocket a year for medical benefits. When they refuse to give guys medical lifetime benefits, this is how they work around it. And just think real quick about all the fine money they get. Where does that fine money go? You got to understand the NFL, when Trump got into office, I don't know their status now, and I'm always going to educate and say this. They were a non-profit organization. When Trump got in there, they became a profit organization. So I feel like those fines and all that should go into a fund that goes to the old timers, or go into a medical fund. Give them lifetime benefits, bro. That way, y'all can have the hits that y'all love to see out there a little bit more. But the game today, it was basically the Lions stopping the Rams from executing in the red zone. Now, the Rams didn't turn the ball over in the red zone. They haven't done that all year. But the reason why they wasn't as successful in the red zone was simply because the Lions stopped the run. See, the Lions came into this year, and you know, Chris Collinsworth, which I don't have a problem with Chris Collinsworth calling the game. And I'll tell you this, man, a hot topic in sports is commentators. That's a very, very hot topic in sports, man. Everybody, I don't like this guy, I don't like that guy. I just think people complain just to complain about him. I like Collinsworth. He was a hell of a football player too, but he kept bringing it up all day that the fact that the Detroit Lions had issue, and they chose to focus on stopping the run first, and I agree with that. Then next year they're gonna work on the back end, so they fixed their front seven, and now they're gonna find probably another pass rusher, some corners out there. You got to understand too. Cam Sutton is dealing with a toe injury. Vitor just got pulled off somebody's practice squad. He made a good play today, but early on, it was, they was letting him get down the field. Stafford ate up man coverage. He found the hole in zone coverage. Because they did something different. I mean, at the end of the day, they let Nakua get off. Do you want to let Cooper Kupp get off? The thing about Cooper Kupp, he kind of been banged up this year, but he doesn't have the yak. He don't run with the power that Nakua runs with. And I think St. Brown got to see why Nakua made the Pro Bowl up close and personal. And like I continue to say, Gardner Johnson and Melifanu are better options at guarding receivers on the outside than Cam Sutton and Vitor is. You activate Tracy Walker. I just think they need to get more creative at that. They need to let Melifanu and Gardner Johnson, especially in situations. I mean, you got to understand, Gardner Johnson stopped Cooper Kupp on a one-on-one in the end zone. That play was vital. He played that perfectly. If that Vitor, Jerry Jacobs, Cam Sutton, that's a touchdown. And a touchdown that Cam Sutton did give up, I mean, you can't fault him. You playing the sticks. You playing the sticks. You know what I'm saying? And that was a perfect play. They call it stutter and go. Like he's about to block, and then he go and they go for the shot. But you got to defend. You got to defend the red zone. I mean, you got to defend the end zone. And they'll talk about that next week. And the Lions offense came out hot. I mean, they was running the ball, throwing the ball. They had no answer. Josh Reynolds, he was a beast today. But I think as they continue to mature this offense, I mean, we missed Khalif Raymond today. I'll tell you that. Something that somebody else may not say, but they miss Khalif Raymond. But I do think they need to start really getting, J-Mo and Josh Reynolds. He needs to be as involved as he was today next week. And then same thing with Jameson Williams. They have another home game next week because the Cowboys lost. They need to be more involved, in whatever it is. If that's timing patterns to open it up for St. Brown Laporta, he was solid today. Unfortunately, James Mitchell was out and Brock Wright stepped up. They signed Anthony Frisker from the practice squad, but the Rams came to play. Kobe Turner, good football player. I think you're gonna be seeing this name. You might see Aaron Donald retire too. Um, be honest. I know they paid him. I just anytime you was thinking about retirement for the last couple of years, this might be over with for him. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but early on, it was clicking on all cylinders, and in the third quarter, and it's been the bad quarter all year. What can they do to actually fix that? I think some more up tempo. I think getting them in a rhythm, up tempo, coming out with a tempo, a little bit fast paced, no huddle. Jameer Gibbs caught the ball well today. I see David Montgomery get involved a little bit, catching more, uh, but I like to see them go a little bit more up tempo, a little bit more. They tried to implement the screen game a little bit, and Laporta caught a touchdown. They played a good football game. I can't even deny that. And um, I just think in that in the Rams offense, it kind of spluttered in the second half too, and the Lions just came up really really big in the red zone, and and I think Chris Collinsworth brought another fact up, and people are not gonna give him his credit, is that another fact that he brought up was the fact that the Lions' three leading tacklers are all linebackers, and that's what make them tough in the red zone. That's what make them tough in the red zone. What they three leading tacklers being linebackers. And shout out to Jalen Reeves Maven too, bro. Like he made some plays out there. He seemed to be like they designated blitzer, But at the end of the day, the third quarter is something that they got to fix. And I think they got some adjustments to make in the back end that they can't make, that Aaron Glenn is refusing to make. And I think, at least in situational football, this is why you probably want to activate Tracy Walker. In situational football, I really, really think, Gardner Johnson, Melifanu should be guarding the two best receivers that you're going up against. That's what I think. That's what I think. So, that's my opinion on it. But Matthew Stafford, he's matured into a really, really good quarterback. A lot of those, throws that you see Matthew Stafford make, he would miss those, or those throws wouldn't have as much touch on him. He would throw a million miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? He would throw that ball a million miles an hour. And now you're seeing the maturation of him putting touch on the ball, throwing a better, more catchable ball. You know, so now you starting to see, like, really for Matthew Stafford, if his body can hold up, what you actually starting to see from Matthew Stafford is that he still got the arm, but now, he's got the he's got the maturity. There's a maturity about him now. You know, like he's got a mature. He's his catchable ball. He understanding defenses now. To be honest, you know, he may be looking as good this year than I seen him ever look. So, you got to remember they put up a lot of points on that Baltimore offense in Baltimore, defense in Baltimore. So, and he had to do for 367. Goff had a solid game, didn't turn the ball over, 3 sacks for Rams, 2 sacks for the Lions, but both by Aiden Hudson, even though he tripped. They held Aiden Hudson a couple times, they didn't call it, but my issue was Goff tripping over his own feet. He just so damn clumsy, bro. That drive probably would have put it that's the drive that probably would have put him over the top. You know what I'm saying? So, but everything happened for a reason, you know. But in the end, the Lions defense in the red zone was the story of the day. The story that started the day was the offense. The story that ended the day, it was their defense. It was their defense. That's the story that ended the day. That was the big story. So 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 but at the end of the day, man, there are some things that they really like. There are some self-fixable things on this on this, man. It is. There are some things that they literally can fix. They can. So, but other than that, man, Stafford came back, was tough, played well with those receivers, and they do a great job at they do a great job at finding talent, and that's where Bob Quinn come from. They do a great job at finding talent. Nakua, Cooper Cup, the Williams kid. I mean, Kobe Turner. I mean, they do a great job at finding talent. So that's probably why Sean McVay stuck around. But hey, I can't say enough about this win. Big win for the city. Got over the hump, and this was kind of like the Dallas Cowboy game today. And what I mean by that is, see, Dallas had a lot of pressure on them versus Green Bay. Green Bay didn't have any pressure on them. So Green Bay can come in and lose. They had nothing to lose. Dallas had everything to lose. Owner, looking over y'all, wanting to win a Super Bowl before his time come. The media, they scrutinize everything Dallas do. This was part of being America's team and being the financial, darlings in the NFL and in the United States sports world. With Detroit, this was equally as tough for them. You haven't had a playoff game since '91. You need to get that monkey off your back, and now they got the monkey off the back. They playing with house money. They're playing with house money. Oh, we not supposed to be in the second round. So now you be in the Green Bay position. Oh, we ain't supposed to be here. And that's the truth. So now they can play looser now. You can play loose. All the chips are with San Francisco now. So they can play loose. You could play loose, but at the end of the day, some adjustments on the back end, at least in the situational football, need to be made. Like I said, on those critical downs, I will put Gardner Johnson and Melifanu on the two best corners, on the two best receivers, or at least on the outside they playing zone. That's what I'm doing. You know, so that's why I think they probably need to activate Tracy Walker, especially if you're gonna play Jalen Hurts or somebody like that next round, because you need. I'll put him at linebacker. So hopefully Anazoni okay. Hopefully Higsby, it ain't too serious. Like I said, I think could Matthew Stafford move on from the Rams? I mean, I think that's a possibility. They wanted him to take a pay cut. Could you see? I could see Matthew Stafford going to Dallas. I know they don't want to move. I can see him going to Dallas. I can see him going to Atlanta. But I really think for Matthew Stafford, if he go to Atlanta, that means Bill Belichick is going to be there. I think he might go to Dallas. They might be done with Dak. And I think they might, go with Matthew Stafford. I think they may go with. I think don't be surprised if Matthew don't go to Dallas. You see I think if Belichick go there, you see him go to Dallas. So we'll see, man. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Check out the Lions post game reaction playlist. Y'all don't drink and drive. Be safe. Martin Luther King Day is tomorrow. I don't have it off, but yeah, man, I'll be safe, man, and enjoy responsibly, man. Don't make no stupid decisions and dumb things that can affect your life, man. Trust me, I made a few of those. But hey, yeah, hit the link tree, man. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, roll at the bottom screen. All that's in the link tree in the description. Peace.